Good evening, everyone. Tonight I'd like to show you the difference between a black and white plain sound to a piano tone and one where I'm working for color. It's a technique that requires a lot of understanding about your body and about the physics of how to produce a sound. But when you get it, it's really rewarding. So it's worth adding to your knowledge on how to do it as much as you can. It'll make your playing and your practicing so much more enjoyable, because every note matters and you want to make a beautiful tone no matter what you're playing. So I'll show you in a few examples and see if you can hear the difference. If I play from the Bach Gounod Ave Maria, where I'm introducing the piece with the left hand, just single notes, 16th notes. So. If I just play, you want the other one back. You want to hear where the sound floats. It's just a, so it has to be totally relaxed in your hand and in your wrist and in your whole arm. And if you thought of the hand having set of bones that makes up like a cage, like your rib cage for your hand, that rib cage for your hand is going to support the natural weight of your arm when you can drop all the way through to the floor with a movable wrist and then draw the tone out of the piano, drawing your finger toward you. If you thought of a little bit of a slope like that and a treadmill, you can bring the finger toward you that way, taking the tone. And what it does is it controls you for you the speed that the hammer is coming up, rather than just blatantly hitting, like, which is very percussive sounding and noisy. Whereas if you can, the piano wire vibrates like a sine curve, and when you attack the key straight on, you create cacophony or a noise to the vibration, and it's just like up and down and straight line. It's not a wave. So you're trying to make the wave, and in drawing like this, you draw the hammer up slower into the wire, allowing the hammer to undulate the wire in this way, and that vibration is transmitted through the bridge to the sounding board, which vibrates the air, which reaches the listener's ear. And then you have to listen to that note die down and match how quiet it got with your next note by having a very relaxed hand and the freedom of the doorknob rotation in your hand. So that you, now right here, you see, while I'm going from my thumb over to that third finger, I have to have a very relaxed hand between the thumb and the third finger. So otherwise gravity can't play on it and allow you to manipulate the sound that way. So that's one piece. Let's see what else we've got here. If I take the, from the Chopin Sonata, I can, see, I'm balancing the weight on that pad of that finger. The fingers steel, the muscles close and the muscles that open, work against each other as an antagonistic pair, and allow that finger to be firm. But the hand has to be flexible, both rotation-wise and up and down, undulating like that, so that there's no stop spot. It just sings as you dive through and draw. So, and the speed that you draw the finger toward you affects the speed of the hammer going up, but on that slope, on that angle, so that you're not forcing the hammer down, you're drawing the hammer up. Think of it that way. So and the back of the upper arm for each note is part of what's coming down in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I don't do that, it's going to be no emotion at all, no feeling. Doesn't allow me to be musical with the shape of my phrase, even if I play it steady. It's not going to be nice to listen to because it's going to be percussive. But if I can drop slowly through, almost feel you're filling the listener's heart with warmth as you so that's another one. Now, if I took the Bach chaconne, excuse me, my allergies are bad tonight. If I go, see, I'm making the top sing because I'm turning the doorknob this way, clockwise, as I fall through and draw. And micro count with my tongue. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. You have to do this in order to control how much you're going to draw and how fast you're going to draw the weight into the hammer. So if you don't, you get even, I'm turning the doorknob and getting the top note, but it's a cold sound. There's no warmth. But see, slowly dive through to the floor. I have to hear how much did that die down. So if I go 1, 2, 3, hear it die down. Don't just go, but 1, 2, 3. Do you hear the color? Do you hear that it enables you to turn a black and white TV into a color TV audibly, so that you hear the color? And it makes it so much more worth playing. If I have the big part at the start, which is loud, it's not dolce, it's forte, well, it's forte anyway. If I want to hear the voices, I can't have them all equal. So I want to lighten up. I still want the bass to support the harmony, but I want the melody to shine, and so I got to draw more on it. So. But not. See, that's a cheaper sound, whereas if you can get the. If you want to take the listener's breath away, you've got to have that breath of going up and dropping down through. Otherwise, it becomes pointed and placed and not warm. So that's another one. If I take, which one is this? Oh, Plaisir d'amour. I can go, so I don't want to hit that thumb. See how much better it is when I'm gentle with the relaxed hand? But a little more than that, so to take it. So much of it is the elbow. You have to get it up. and release it so that gravity can decelerate it and then accelerate it, but slowly, as you draw toward your stomach with the finger pad and rotate to voice it on the top. So that's another one. Let's see what else. If I took from the Berceuse, I can go like this. Each one has to be, you have to listen to each note for the full length of its sound, but let it come in as a wave. Don't force it down to punch it out. Let's see if there's another one. I can't breathe. Well, there's Clair de Lune. We go. So let's see. Try to excuse me. My nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. So even each one of those, I throw it up so that I can control the speed I'm drawing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's very important to hear a micro count that is steady to the metronome, like as though it was ticking, that it's equal length on each side. So for the note that preceded and the one that's coming after it in that accompaniment, equal counts. And then it holds the listener because you're staying within the groove of the piece. When it changes all over the place and it's erratic, it's not comforting to the listener, and what it does is creates agitation and a very unpleasant feel for the listener, and the listener may not know why they're getting that unpleasant feel, but they do get it, and it's not what you want to achieve with your music. If I take the Tristesse, it's so 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. So I don't want. Yes, you play your finger down from the main arch, and the finger is firm, but if you don't use the weight as part of the recipe, the relaxed arm weight that you want to balance in the cushion of the finger, as you come down in, you won't hear that beautiful singing tone. So. Now, if I took the raindrop prelude, you see, the thing is, I want to link the balance. I don't want to just try to link the notes. I want to link the balance. Makes it beautiful sounds, especially if you're playing Chopin. But in anything, if you want, you don't want. Or try to make it float. Try to make it be buoyant and alive. And imagine playing the violin or the cello a bowed instrument, because then you're really drawing with the rosin in the bow, you're drawing on that wire and you're setting it into vibration that comes through the air, through the sound box, through the bridge of the violin or the cello or whatever, and through to the air that resonates out to the listener. And it's all making it sound musical. If I go like this in the Liszt Consolation, it's triple piano to begin with. So I don't want to play it down and get, I want to brush it and draw the hammer up gently. So I don't want to get the hammer up too fast. So I got to go. If I do the E flat major nocturne, anyway, it just gives you an idea of what it is to have bought a new color TV and not have to put up with the old black and white one anymore when you're practicing. Listen for color and overtones. You see a note, say A440, it's also vibrating at 8880. If I hold that A an octave higher down and I play, if your ear was in there, you would hear that pitch start to vibrate sympathetically as the harmonics, and same with a perfect fifth above that, and so on. And all those colors, when you use the damper pedal, are open to you when you're listening and you're playing for color. So anyway, I hope that gives you a few ideas to work with and that it helps you with your practicing. Have a good night now. Bye-bye.